Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are cooking Italian. Okay, today I'm going to be making ragu bolognese. Okay, one of the Italian most loved sauce. Okay, this sauce is mostly used for pasta and lasagna, and I'm also going to be making lasagna at the end of this sauce. Okay, and here are the ingredients for the bolognese. I have fresh celery, carrots, onion, and bay leaf. Okay, if you have fresh bay leaf, good for you, but I am having the dry one at home. I have black pepper and I have thyme. There is no bolognese without thyme. And I have red wine. Okay, yeah, we'll be needing red wine, and this is the equivalent of the celery, carrots, and onions that I showed you earlier. Okay, I have cow beef and pork beef all mixed together. If you want an excellent result of bolognese, you better mix your beef, half cow beef and half pork beef. I'll be using oil. And here at the back I have my tomato. Okay, plum tomato also goes well with this sauce. This is fresh lasagna. Yeah, I prefer this fresh one to the dry one. It will be so soft after cooking. I have salt to taste, and I have some flour at the back. The flour will be serving for the lasagna sauce later. And I'll also be adding 1 bouillon cubes, which is not here right now, but I'll be adding 1 bouillon cubes to this. And so without wasting much of your time, let's go into the kitchen and start our cooking immediately. So I'm going to start adding some oil into the pot. You can use butter if you want to, okay, or olive oil. I am using my sunflower oil, but some people prefer olive oil or butter. I'm going to be adding 1 garlic just for the aroma. And here are the chopped celery, onions, and carrots. I'm going to allow this to fry for about 2 minutes. So this has been frying for more than 2 minutes. I'm going to remove the garlic because I've gotten what I want from it. Adding the meat. Allow to cook until the meat becomes brown in color. You can see that the meat is no longer pink but brown. Okay, and it's kind of juicy. The bay leaf. Some red wine. You don't have to worry about the red wine. It's going to evaporate and you won't even notice that there is red wine in this bolognese at the end of the cooking. There is no bolognese without red wine. Cover for about 3 minutes for the red wine to evaporate. The red wine is well evaporated. In fact, you can't even tell that there is red wine in this meat right now. And like I said, there is no bolognese without time. Enough time. Some salt to taste. Bouillon cubes. And then the tomato. At this point, if you have your meat stock, you can add some. Or better still, add water. We're going to cover to cook for 2 good hours on a low heat. The best bolognese is cooked for good 2 hours or even more than that on the lowest heat, okay? At this point, I'm going to add some black pepper. And remove the bay leaf. And keep cooking. We still have about 30 minutes to go. So the bolognese is ready. At this point, an Italian person would have added some milk into this bolognese, but I am not adding milk. Why? Because the reason why they add milk is to overpower the acidity that tomato contains. But in this case, my tomato does not contain any acidity, okay? The kind of tomato I use does not have any acidity at all. And cooking for 2 hours also take away the acidity. So in this case, I'm not going to be adding milk. And another strange things I'm going to be adding, which an Italian person will never add, is dry pepper, okay? This is an African home and I'm going to be adding dry pepper to this. All right, I'm going to be doing that off camera, okay? So over to the lasagna. But first of all, I'm going to allow it to cool down because we are not going to be using it this hot. So while waiting for the bolognese to cool down, I'm going to prepare the white cream for the lasagna. Here I have some butter, salt, nutmeg, some flour, and my milk is at the back warming, okay? These are just the few ingredients you need for the white sauce. So you start by adding some butter into the pot and allow it to melt. After the butter has melted, you pour in your flour and mix. Continue mixing on a low heat. You have to mix so fast so it won't form any crumbs in it. When you see that everything is well mixed, then you pour in the milk. And continue mixing on a low heat. You're adding some salt. The good thing about the homemade bechamel is that it's so fresh and there is no chemical inside. And I'm going to add some nutmeg, just little. It gives us a nice taste. I'm going to cook it on a low heat for 4 minutes because the flour is a bit raw, so I want it to cook very well for 4 minutes. We are going to lay the lasagna. We start with the bolognese. Spread it around. Then you lay your lasagna. Some bolognese. Some bechamel. And then some parmesan. At this point, you can also add mozzarella, but in as much as my children love to eat lasagna, I don't like adding mozzarella, okay, because I just feel that it's too heavy. But you can add mozzarella if you want to. I'll keep repeating the same thing until I get to this level, almost full. Last sprinkle of parmesan. I love the on top to be so crunchy. This is going into the oven for 35 to 40 minutes for 180 degrees. I still have some cream here, and you can store in the fridge for 3 days. But just in case if you want to be using it ahead of time, you can also store in the freezer for 1 month, okay? I still have my bolognese here. All these ones I'm going to be reserving it for Christmas Day, because my children love to eat lasagna on Christmas Day, okay? So see you when the lasagna is done. So I've come to the end of the bolognese tutorial and the making of the lasagna, okay? As you can see it, I just brought it out of the oven not long ago. So I'm going to wait for it to cool down, and then I cut it in pieces for the children to devour right now.